Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Taos, Baltimore. We're Baltimore positive. We are positively in a new location. It is my virgin voyage, my maiden appearance here in Arbutus, hometown of Jim Schwartz. We're at Sorrento of Arbutus, legendary, been here since 1965, a crab cake, or 55, excuse me, pizza and cheesesteaks, and now crab cake. Says so right on the door over my head. It's all brought to you by the Maryland Lottery in conjunction with our partners at GBMC, keeping me healthier. My doctors told me, cut back on the fried, cut back on the cheesy, eggy, A1C, sugar, all that. So I had one French fry when they brought me the crab cakes here in Sorrento.
A single French fry.
Well, that's because it's brought to you by GBMC, and I'm trying to be good to myself and have my doctors be happy with me. They took my blood, and I'm just convinced I ate crappy stuff that week, but they tell me that's not the case. So I went to Pizza John's last month, and I did not have any French fries. I've been to Pizza John's 3 times this month without having French fries, and I walked into Sorrento's, and they had French fries. Everybody had French fries or crinkle cutters, and I had some. So GBMC brings us onto the road, as well as Farnan and Dermer. They are the comfort guys. It's going to be uncomfortable this weekend. If you have not had your HVAC checked, don't let it blow up when it's 120 degrees like it is in every room that Cate Paris and I get in, and we do hot yoga. She is a yogini instructor, but more than that, what is your title with Accelerent? I don't even know.
I'm the regional vice president for Accelerent.
You're a vice president?
I know. It shocks me too, right? Somebody gave me that title.
Well, I always wanted to be a
fooled
chief. Chief exec, chief something. A C.
Yeah.
Not the C, but just the word chief, because it makes you feel like I'm in charge.
Yeah, right? You can take control.
Like vice president's nice, but you're not the president. The vice part says you're not in charge. Chief.
I kind of like that. I like not being in charge.
Blame Rob. It's Rob's fault. Accelerent is a. Let's see if I do this right.
Yes. Oh, dear.
Accelerent is a regional business networking organization founded by local business owners to further strengthen relationships, trust, and community.
E for effort.
What the hell?
You're not the chief of Accelerent, that's for sure.
What did I get wrong?
Okay, well, we're not a networking group. We're actually a business development platform. So everything that we do for our member companies, our clients, our partners.
Quiz.
I know, you really did.
I was an Accelerent
leaving.
partner
Just
for
take
years.
this off. Goodbye.
I've known you guys forever. I just,
We weren't even founded by other businesses. We just have different tiers of membership.
All right, I failed the quiz.
You really did.
Cate Paris is here. She's my friend. She does important things at Accelerent that have.
I'm your friend. You have no idea what my title is.
Over my head, Accelerent has been a part of building business relationships, including this one here with our great sponsor, Bill Cole of Cole Roofing. He'll be here a little later on. So business makes the community go. You know what I mean? And I think that's my part of Baltimore Positive. That's sort of my lane, is that it was about sports and baseball and the Orioles and then the Ravens and the Blast and the Skipjacks and all horse racing, all that. But it really was about selling crab cakes at the barn back in the day, or cars for then Norris Ford and then Coons Ford and whoever else. But part of it really was about how to display businesses for people so that they're more attractive, and then people always want to do business with people they trust.
Yeah.
You come to Sorrento's, you're going to get a quality cheesesteak. People are going to meet you at the door with a smile. The food's going to, they're going to make it right. So I think there's that trust part of it, but small business, it can be very confusing, right? I think you meet a lot of business people that are successful business people, that there's still something missing in what they're trying to do in their messaging or in their recruiting or in their recruitment of business, I should say.
Well, it's funny. We've been talking about small to more and just relationships. And even right before we went on air, you were saying to me, I've got a great relationship. I can connect you guys. That's really what Accelerent does. As our client companies are looking to build relationships with the mid-market companies that they serve or provide products to, if another Accelerent partner can say, I know the CEO, I know the property manager, I know that decision maker, let me make a warm introduction so you can get in the door warmer and faster than if you were cold calling. That's how it operates. So it's not is not by chance. It's very intentional, and it's accessing people's networks through building trust so that they want to make that connection for you.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I knew that was exactly what you meant to say. It was just semantics. Semantics.
Sometimes it's
You were
hard.
right there.
It's hard for me to express myself
I
sometimes
know.
after I get off the yoga mat. You know, Kate.
I know, it's just all of those emotions is so deep.
Well, Kate does yoga, and she shows up on the. If I open my IG right now,
Yeah.
now, let's see if you show up.
Oh, that
because
would be
it
fascinating.
knows that I know.
Did I show up? Am I there?
You know, I didn't touch it.
No, I watched you. You didn't. Oh, yay. And
She's
that's
at
a
the
fun
top.
one,
See,
too.
that's Kate doing
Yeah,
yoga.
but you have
right
to scroll
there.
down. I'm in heels in that one. I'm doing a
What are you-
challenge.
you're in heels
no,
now?
Well, yeah, but those are bigger heels.
Why are you doing yoga in heels?
Because
no
I
one
can.
trusts a chick on the internet doing yoga in heels. I don't trust you anymore. It's
I
over
like a good
between us.
challenge. I like stepping
But
it
I'm
up.
not doing.
Well, no, you shouldn't
What
have
the
to do
hell
that.
are these heels?
They're amazing, and they're so
Watch
comfortable,
again.
ladies.
That's a hell of a heel there that she's doing. That's a heel.
Yeah, but really, what it is,
I played a
it's,
heel in wrestling once.
I've got stability, mobility, flexibility. It's all of those
And
things.
heels.
And heels. That's just me showing off. That's performative. That's not
Pin
real
the block
yoga.
challenge in high heels.
Yeah, like if you.
I don't have high heels to even do this challenge.
I bet you do.
What size your foot?
7. Oh, you could squeeze it. No, actually, I would never.
I don't think so. I don't
I
know.
think he does have
I
high
think
heels.
I put high heels on once or twice in my life.
Oh, now it's coming once or twice.
Well,
It's coming back.
I was dressed as Kiss on Halloween, and I was
let's
trying
lean into this.
trying to figure this out. No, I don't know that I've ever really. When I see women in high heels, I think, how do you do that? You know, like you look sexy in it. It's nice. It's great and all that. But like the notion that I would hold my heel up. I do that in yoga sometimes. We
Yeah.
do heels up in yoga,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're doing
it's good
doing
for
a
the
chair,
calves.
doing a chair thing, right? The notion that women do that all day, all of their lives. How do you do it the first time you ever put it on? When you're like 12 years
my
old
God,
and you're
like
a girl.
I can remember that far back. I don't know, but I will say,
Did
I
it not
love
feel
them.
weird the minute you put them on?
I mean, it probably did, but so did roller skates and ice skates, and and we women as a gender are just,
it just
so much more
pushes
capable
you like
than you
forward,
guys. Like,
you know,
what
in a
can't
way.
we do?
You try to intimidate short guys like me, is what you.
That's why we do
That's
it.
exactly.
We're out
well,
there
you're
to
doing
just
it.
intimidate.
Why are you doing it? Just to prove a point.
So anytime it's a challenge, because it's one thing, it's hard enough to touch your toes with straight legs.
I don't understand Instagram.
And then it's hard enough to prove that you've got the hip flexor strength to pin that block to your foot with no heels and lift it up. It's really just a challenge to see where your hip flexor mobility is.
Do you want to
But
test
if
mine?
you can, yes. But if you can do it in heels and make it that much harder, why not? Yeah, so
I
stand
know
up right
the
here.
floor's clean. You know why I know the Henry's over here? Because I dumped
Is that
water
where you?
all over it.
Oh, I see.
I dumped
After
water
you ate
all
your
over
single
here.
French
this
fry?
This is part of my napkin that was a mess. What do you want me to do now?
Okay, so you're gonna
Hold
stand
on,
up.
Hold on, let me get on camera.
So excited.
Oh, Kate does your. I brought you over here to talk about business
Nope,
networking.
we're here to just make you bend over. Oh, sounded wrong.
It's my show. I'll bend over when I want to, and for whom I want to. I'll have you know. All right. So you want me to barefoot? Or you want me to shoe? What do you want me to do?
shoe is
What do,
fine.
what do you want me to do?
Shoe is fine. So you are going
I'm
to.
doing hip flexibility.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Mobility?
Well, you're going to with straight legs touch your toes.
All right. I'm gonna take everything out of my one pocket because I'm going to use my right.
And
hip.
since we
Okay.
don't have a block for you to pin between your hand and your foot, all you have to do when
Hold
when
on, I
you're
have a
touching
her
your
resiliency bag here that I can pin. All right, so this
Okay.
is a fake block. Thank
I think
Natasha,
that
I
might
miss
be-
you.
I think while
Go
a
ahead.
gorgeous bag and a great cause, it might be a little bit messy for this. I think for this.
What are you trying to do? We're
for
trying
this.
to.
So you're going to touch your.
I'm gonna touch my toe.
You're gonna
I can
touch
do
your toe.
that. I can do
And
that
then,
all day.
And then just stand up, holding with your hand on your foot.
Oh, that's what you need me to do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hell, I probably can do that. I mean, it might be the jeans issue, and I'm not.
I mean,
warmed
I
up.
just did it
I
in
mean,
jeans and
Hang on,
heels,
let me
but-
crack my hip. I got to crack. So
Yeah,
I'm
crack your
gonna
hip.
lean down. I'm gonna grab my toe,
Uh-huh.
which I'm fully capable of doing, and then you just want me to come up with it.
Yeah, like with
Like
but
this?
not holding your foot
Oh,
because
I'm gonna
that's
fall over.
passive. Yeah, don't do that.
So
yeah,
I just
so
a leg
you're-
straighten.
Yeah, like I mean, even you don't even have to. But like, yeah, if you're just guiding it, you're resting your hand, but you're not actually like.
She's in heels.
yes.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Get up. Keep your feet flat. You don't
But
wanna
I
do that.
didn't. I wasn't the one who almost fell over on air.
Cate Paris is my crazy improv co-host here. She's with Accelerent. She's
Yes,
also with
indeed.
yoga, trying to build strength. So when you do your, let's stay with yoga for a minute, and then we'll
Sure.
go back to the accelerant category and.
Yep. Or
That
we
you're
can just
not
talk
a
about
networking
perimenopause
organization.
and menopause. I mean,
I
how
don't-
fun would that be?
I only know
you
my
love
wife's
that.
experience. I don't know mine.
No,
I
we'll
know
just
the other side of
expand your
that.
demographic.
Well, we've done that. Trust me. You do these yoga series out,
Yes.
and you're not the only one. I mean, I see because I do yoga, and my friends at Planet Fitness keep me fit. I yoga shows up in my life and on my timeline in lots of ways,
Yeah.
and you're one of those people. What are you trying to achieve with that? I know you kind of well, and I think we've done yoga together, but I've
have.
never talked to you about your intentions with this or your teaching. And you do like intense teacher training, which I admire that. We were talking about that before. That it's not
Yeah.
something like I'd like to be a teacher, but I'm not going to go through the trouble. Like I like to be an astronaut, but I just want to do the training, right? You know what I mean? So I feel that way. That I'll probably never be a yoga teacher because I'll probably never take the classes. But it is something that if this all fell apart.
Yep.
If my whole career fell apart and I was a nasty Nestor and I went through all the scandals that I deserve and the horrible things
So
that
this
happened,
would be after the scandals.
after all of
Yeah,
that, if my whole life fell apart and I lived on a cot nowhere with nothing, I would still do yoga. And at that point, I would say I could rebuild my life by being a yoga teacher because I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that I would enjoy the yoga teacher training. But I know, and I enjoy the hell out of yoga, right? Like
Yeah.
yoga's my thing.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me, knows that about me. But nobody ever sees me practice. Nobody. You're one of, other than what I just did for you here, you're one of a handful of people who have ever seen me do yoga or been next to me on a mat, other than the people in the society that I do it with,
Yep.
of which no one at my studio, there's 2 dudes there who know who I am. And 1 woman who knows who I am and what I do for a living.
Oh, and everyone else, you're just
In
a
the
guy
studio
in the
I'm
class.
in, nobody knows me. I know this because I know the difference when I'm recognized and when I'm
Yeah.
not. And what people talk to me about after having done this for
Yeah.
4 decades. And in certain rooms, I'm famous. And in certain rooms, nobody knows who I am. Most yoga rooms, because I don't introduce myself. I don't speak.
Yeah.
They don't hear my voice. I've been here at Sorrento's 3 hours. I've already had 10 people wave at me and say, I'm not even from the side of town. But yoga, I'm an anonymous citizen, to some degree. And I like that, and I like that it's
Yeah.
silent. I hate when people talk. It's like an acoustic concert. But you've been next to me doing yoga and been a part of it, and it's something I talk about on the air passively because I know they don't care so much about it, the audience that does. But I'm always trying to sell it.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to tell people this would be good for you. No matter, you don't have to be bougie or graceful, or you don't have to touch your toes. You don't have to be all hot and spicy like Kate with her high heels, putting her foot over her head and doing all this. Like, you don't have to do all that. Like, it's just
Yeah.
good for you. And so you're putting these reels up, and I guess what I'm asking is, I see them. I'm not trying to get in heels and put my foot over my head. Your reels are an entree or an entry level or a very ninja sequence for somebody like me that knows what I'm doing to say, here, try this, right? Not
Yeah.
that what we just did there is not beginner.
Well, and it's not. That's not even yoga. Even I mean, that's more of like a drill that you can do.
It's a party trick.
Yeah, it's a party trick. It's performative. It's something that you can do if you've developed the strength and mobility from yoga. Most people, with what I put on Instagram, Cate Yoga, what I put on
Kate
Instagram.
with a C. C-A-T-E. Kate like cat.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kate with a C. I switch things up. Some of them are drills that you can do to improve certain muscles or certain parts of your body or posture. Some of them are challenges because they're fun and they get views. Some of them are sequences that you can do just in your private practice to work into your daily practice or whatever practice. But really, what I find so fascinating about yoga. I mean, I didn't. It's perimenopause time, everybody. I didn't discover yoga until I hit perimenopause, and my body changed entirely. I no longer loved running. I no longer loved going to the gym. I haven't done either of those things in forever, and I just kind of, out of desperation, tried yoga. and in the hopes of
How long
getting
ago was
fit.
this?
This was only really maybe 5 years ago.
Okay, so this is new to you.
Yes, I only
mean, you
really
look so
started.
fit, and you look like you were athletic, and I know you came from like sort of an acting background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you've always been fit to me. You're a mother.
Well,
you know,
until
you've given birth,
perimenopause
you've done all that stuff.
hit,
you know?
and then everything changed, and nothing was working, and I was not fit anymore. So when I found yoga, the hope was to get fit, and then. And then it's everybody's experience is different. Everyone has a different journey. For me, at some point, it started to shift beyond the fact that it was a really great workout, and I developed strength in ways that I never had before. Even with all of the other things, I was great. But in finding the focus and the stillness in being able to accomplish that, and recognizing that in yoga, the poses, that whole physical part of it is just one tiny aspect of all of it. That's when I started to look into the teacher training, which is great if you want to be a teacher, or
You don't really want to be a teacher, though. You're not going to
Not
be
like
a
in the
6 day a
traditional
week.
sense. Yeah, I'm not
You're
gonna
not
be
going to be
working at
my
a
instructor
studio.
at a studio in Hampton, and I'm going to come to your class. That's not
No,
why.
yeah.
See, I didn't know you even well enough to know, like, if you're taking teacher training, I'm figuring that's your track, right? Your track is
And that's
completely
what a lot of people
sort of
think.
self.
It's
actualization.
It's
maybe?
deepening your understanding of yoga in general, so that you as a person can live and breathe it. You develop a better relationship with yourself, with the world, with others. Your philosophy, it kind of just teaches you how to be your own true, authentic self. And some people, it's innate. Some people just go into the world being authentic. A lot of other people, it's really a process or a journey. And what
I've been faking it the whole
I
time.
know,
man.
right?
It's so terrible. I'm faking it.
But what I've found
It's working for me so far.
is all of us going through the later years in our life, like our bodies are changing as we age, as we experience illness or cancers, as we go through pregnancy or post-pregnant, like bodies change, and yoga can be modified to be whatever you need it to be.
You can also do it in a hotel room. You can do it
Yes.
on the beach. I was in Vegas last week. It was 106 degrees. And I was like, I'm just going to go down to the pool deck.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find a place in the shade.
Yeah.
It's still 106. And I don't like bugs. So, like, when they would always do
Same.
yoga, like, on the grass in front of the harbor, and my wife and I would look from our building. We lived in a beautiful building forever. And we would see all the mats down there, and it sounded like fun. And one day we went down there and did it. And bugs were in my eye, and bugs were biting my legs and shit. I'm like, I'm not. That's not yogic to me. Beating friggin' bugs on my leg when I'm doing yoga.
You can't focus at
That's
all,
not-
and you're like, is that a spider or is that my hair? Like, did something just bite me?
Yeah, man. I need, like, I've become really bougie about my yoga, and I don't talk about my studio for a lot of reasons. But it has some real strengths, and one of them is the mirrors. You and I were talking about like Warrior One and your hips, and being able to see your alignment, and being able to have your eyes open and focus on the small of your nose, the between your eyeballs, the middle of your shirt, whatever my tie from my bathing suit, whatever keeps me in line.
Yeah, your drishti point.
Total drishti. I was going to say drishti, but let's speak a little Sanskrit here. But I look straight ahead, and there's something about that really F's with me if I'm not. I did yoga in my hotel room in Las Vegas because I had a mirror in front of me.
Yeah.
There's something that the mirror is a real grounding thing for me for my posture, and I am maniacal about form. I think we talked this before. By the way, Cate Paris is here from Accelerent. She is Cate Does Yoga, Cate Does Yoga on Instagram. But she's also my friend through Accelerent and does a lot of great charity stuff too. We'll get to Blood Cancer United and some other stuff that you've been involved in as well. But while we're on the yoga thing, I think when you start to take away, like if I had to do it right here in the window, it starts to take away things for me when I don't have a mirror, when I don't have heat, like all of these things that are conditions that studios have bougied me out, that I don't want to be on your retreat. I don't want to be on grass. I don't want to do it unless it's really hot in the room.
Yeah.
Because the heat opens you up in a way that I cannot express to anyone who's never done hot yoga. They're like, I don't like it hot. What do you do it hot? Hot sounds like, it sounds horrible. And I'm like, because your muscles open and strengthen in a way that's completely impossible at 74 degrees where it's comfortable. for me.
Yeah. If you're in a hot yoga studio, it's almost like you've been given instant flexibility because that is what the heat gives you. It's not necessarily real flexibility, but it's flexibility that otherwise in a non-heated studio you would have to go through the whole warm up just to get close to where you are from the start in a hot yoga
I
studio.
love a hot room, man.
And it's really comfortable.
Well, once you get used to it,
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be 95 this weekend. People are like, you walk into a room that's hotter than that? And I'm like, I walk in there to focus on myself. And I fell asleep at the end of class. I must have snored because three people said something to me.
Like you snored?
No, they said.
I was going to say that would be a giveaway.
They said, you fell asleep, which I think it means I don't know. I'm going to ask when I go back. Because 3 different people are like, man, you fell asleep, man. You were like out. I must have snored. I mean, I must have. I don't know, or at least snorted. I don't know. You don't do that on Instagram, though, people, right? That part stays off. The part where you fall asleep, snort, don't wake up. You don't put that on Instagram.
No, I was
but
thinking
that is
about
part of the yoga
I mean,
process.
I'm sure there's a social platform out there that would like that kind of video, but
Sometimes I just pass out when I'm done, and Jen laughs at me because we come out of class, and I'm like a noodle.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to check my phone.
Yeah.
I barely want to put my clothes on. If we go to class together, she drives home, and I sit there like a noodle, and she's like, dude, how do you drive home on your own when I'm not with you? And I'm like, courage. Courage. Because when I
courage
get off,
and a prayer.
I don't talk a lot about yoga on the air, but when I do, I go all in, and I'm doing it in this segment because it's spring. And by the way, our partners at Planet Fitness, if you have a young person in your life like Cate does, who is a middle schooler, high schooler, or high schooler at this point, Planet Fitness has free Planet Fitness all summer long for kids. Oh. So that's a promotion. So that's for your kids. But for you, I would just say the hot yoga thing, try it. And I've told 1 million people to try it. Nobody wants to hear me or hear me talk about it. What led you to it? What was that thing where because you were a runner, you were fit, postmenopause, all that thing you talked about, but did somebody do yoga, or did you read about it on the internet, or is it something you always wanted to try, or something you did once?
You mean how did I find hot yoga, or just yoga in general?
How did it become an influential part of your life over the last 5 years? Like it's become really in the last 5 years for me, but really the last 25 years of my life, I've done yoga. The last 15, it's been much more. When I've done it, I've been healthy. When I haven't, I have fallen apart. I literally got physically injured during COVID from not doing it. When my class structure went away, I stopped going and just thought I was going to be okay, and my body fell apart, completely fell apart. Man. It's my post-menopausal. I was 52, and I couldn't move. I felt like I was 1 million years old. And when I went to physical therapy, this is Christmas of 2020. Masks on. I went to physical therapy. The girl that physical therapy, I've never looked at her face. We did physical therapy for 6 weeks, 5 days a week. I never looked at her because we had masks.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she looks like. She was super cool. And everything we did was a yoga move. Yeah. It was bird dog. It was squat. It was chair.
Yeah.
Every single thing was yoga.
If you go to physical therapy after doing yoga, you're like, oh, it's baby yoga.
It is.
What I feel like it is.
It's
so much more than that.
Well, I would say to anybody, if you went to physical therapy after a surgery, after a procedure, after an accident, after an injury, whatever it is, and you got healthier, imagine then taking that to a place of strengthening, not just a place of I want to get back to being able to carry my groceries, but a place where it's not about touching my toes or even looking good in my underwear in the mirror or any of that. It's literally about the number one thing yoga does for me, helps me sleep.
Nice.
I sleep less and better, and I guess that is the meditative state that we would talk about where I was snoring in class the other night. I fell asleep. Or my wife looks at me on the way home and says, dude, you look like you're going to die. And I'm like, I give it all. When I go on a yoga mat, I am not doing you said full extension, full expression?
Full expression of the pose,
Guilty.
And I think, it's different for different people. Every single person's journey to finding anything is different. How you found yoga, how I found yoga. When I was first introduced to it in my late 20s, early 30s, I was so not impressed. I was so used to like CrossFit levels of activity at the gym and running marathons. Like I was into go big or go home, and I didn't get yoga. I wasn't ready to get it. I mentally wasn't in a place where I was looking for anything like that, and I was very dismissive of it. And then
Like me with golf as a physical activity.
yes. Yeah, like, I mean, I would just remember being
Drink
in
beer,
chair
carry
pose.
a cart,
Yeah, I was like,
walk
what is
across
the
the
point
course.
of all of this?
That's exercise. And I'm like, no.
But then when I found that things were changing and I no longer found the joy in what I had been doing, I mean, really, like I said earlier, it was kind of a desperate, well, maybe yoga will do it. And
Some people love to run.
but I was ready for it physically and mentally at that point. And so it clicked, and I was open to it. I found it on my own and then just really leaned
Completely
into it.
on your own then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And online.
Yeah, online. And so I never had a mirror in front of me for the first several years of practicing. I didn't know what my alignment looked like. And then maybe 2.5 years is when I started practicing daily. And that is when I actually really learned yoga. And that's when I started posting kind of my progress pictures and things on Instagram. And then after looking back at videos, I was like, oh, that doesn't look at all like I
There's got
thought
to be
it
an
was.
AI program.
You know what? There probably is. That
But I'm thinking about this. I had I just bagged on golf because I don't play it and I do yoga instead. But I had Classic 5 on this week. I had Ed Miller on. And happy Father's Day to everyone out there. He's spending Father's Day with his dad doing his golf thing because U.S. Opens every year on this weekend on Father's Day. It's a tradition for a lot of guys to go golf and all that. And I was talking to him about Pine Ridge, one of our sponsors, Classic 5, and they have the Top Tracer technology, which is it's a computer. You go out and you hit the ball, and it tells you, it's an instructor, but it's a computer instructor, all based on science, all based on angles, all based on club speed. Everything about it is scientific in a way that I said to him, when I was a little boy, I went bowling and there was no golf course, but part of that was you could get better at it and you eyed up the lanes and how you spun the ball and you learned things. Golf was all about that, but you would always have an instructor saying your hips, your back, your club, you're holding this open, you're out,
you're following
whatever.
through all of that.
The yoga part of form and format and all of that was always about my yogini, Kim Manfredi, saying, let me get your spine. Can I touch you? Let me push down here and over here and straighten your hands. You want your hands in an L and you want the 4 points. All of these scientific things. And I'm thinking, with yoga now, even if your form's wrong, I would think that there has to be some level of science in regard to you aligning yourself the right way and the way that your golf swing would be the same way. Because I see so many people doing yoga in weird alignments in class, and I think I was really instructed the right way. And I think, you're going through teacher training, the nuances of doing it not right or wrong, safe or not safe.
Yes.
That's really
that's
about
what
not
it
getting
comes
hurt.
down to,
25 years on a yoga mat, I have never, ever, ever injured myself on a yoga mat.
But off the yoga mat, yes. It sounds like
all sorts of times I've been, but I'm saying I've injured myself running, right? You're jogging, you fall in a hole, you turn your ankle, you do things.
You trip.
Yoga, I have never pulled a muscle, hurt myself, gone overboard, even though I feel like I go at a 10-point, I go 101%. Always, because I know I know what not to do, and I know right format. But you only know that if you have a mirror, or you can see yourself, or you have an instructor, or this thing we're going to invent, which is the AI
co-founders of the AI
Yoga Alignment Society.
Yep.
Foundation.
The Society Foundation. We'll workshop the name. I like it.
Club.
Yep.
Clubhouse. Mafia.
We're right there. We're so close.
Corporation, organization.
Although it is funny though.
Society. Society was the best word.
We'll work on that. We'll work on it
yoga
offline.
society.
We'll come back to this.
I guess this is my way of saying that, like fielding a ground ball in baseball or catching a football, there's a right way. There's a
yes. there's an
that's what
optimal way.
That's where teaching comes in.
Yes, and that's been really fun for me. And I mean, at a certain point, when you start doing yoga enough, you start to recognize like this doesn't feel like I think it should feel, and people will find their way to learning the proper alignment. But one of the fun things that I know will resonate with you is the difference between pain and discomfort. And in yoga, it's breathing through the discomfort, because there is a fine line between, a stabbing, sharp pain that you might feel on one side of the body over the other, versus an overall challenge. Like, I would maybe prefer to get out of this pose because it's hard.
How long
versus
can you hold plank,
I can't.
as an example, right?
Yeah.
I can plank a long time.
Same. Are we
Right.
doing a plank challenge right now on this super clean floor? No, we're not. We're not. Nobody has time for that.
Who would do the show? Hold on. Let me hold my breath. If you're holding your breath, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you don't want to hold your breath.
My first ever instructor in my first ever class. So my yoga, I've told you this, my yoga inspirer is Brian Baldinger. And if you've ever seen Baldy on NFL Network, Baldy will do what I just did, but he's 6'7". He's 15 years older than me, and he will grab his foot and just pull it up.
Yeah.
Just grab it off the ground and just go like this with his leg, straight up. And
And then swing it all the way back.
I was an
to
athlete,
standing.
Nasty. I was an athlete, offensive lineman, 14 years in the league. So he was a football player, and he played on the concrete of Veteran Stadium, the old Dallas Stadium, and the old Hoosier Dome. There's a 3-pack for you. And he's got the pinky out, thing going on from being an offensive lineman and getting his finger trapped in a. True. It's all true. But he was my co-host of my radio show.
Oh, nice.
25 years ago, NFL Network and NFL Films. And he's, Nasty, you got to do yoga, man. You got to do hot yoga, Bikram yoga. So I went to a yoga class at, it was up in Cockeysville, right next to the Chocolatier, which was great because you had a Chocolatier and a yoga studio in the same complex.
What more could you ask for?
Right, it's right by the Chili's across the street and the Macaroni Grill. It's like Timonium Road. And I think it was called, it's not there anymore. I think it was just called Baltimore Yoga. It wasn't hot. It was a yoga studio. And I went in. My first teacher was a man named Moses Brown. If anybody knows Moses, give him my love. I think he's still here and among us and in Columbia. He was teaching recently. Very soft-spoken. And when we went in, he had this happy, beautiful, positive, awesome energy about him,
Yeah.
And he would always say, if you can't smile when you're doing the pose, you're doing it wrong. If you can't smile and you can't breathe through it, you're not doing it right.
Yep.
So you shouldn't be grimacing, and you shouldn't be holding your breath. So that was night 1, class 1 of my yoga.
Oh, what a great start. I like that.
Right. And then he taught me also 4 corners. 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners, 4 corners, 9.5 fingers, and same with your feet. 4 corners to ground yourself.
Yep.
That everything is going to come out of 8 and 8.
Yep.
Right. 8 and 8, 16 points. Right. That you're gonna, if in dogward down, dogward up, things you're gonna do, like a leopard, like a cat, And everything I've ever done has been about alignment because of that and because I was taught the right way in the beginning,
great.
that I'm never sloppy, I'm never out. And when new instructors see me in class, they always make a point to say to me after class, they're like, you have good form. And I'm like,
it's like one of the
isn't
best
that
compliments.
The
You're like,
nicest
thank
thing
you
they could
so
say. You
much.
good form. You good form. So I feel like I could be a teacher and all that, but I don't really want to teach. And you're going to teacher training, and you've been trying to talk me into it 100 people. And I'm thinking to myself, I might like the training more.
Trying to talk
I
you
just
into
don't think
it.
I want to teach 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to
Yeah.
own a studio and employ 100 Cates who teach yoga. I know there have been, but I know, like the things I love in life. Like I love the Black Crowes and I love Bryan Adams and I love Rush.
Yeah,
I love
pursue
yoga.
the things that bring you joy, Ness. Like if it
I love
doesn't bring
yoga.
you joy, let it go. If it's not what's calling to you, don't heed the call if it's not your call. You love yoga, and maybe at some point you'll do even a deeper dive into it. But
It'll
if
be
you're
there
not
for
being
me.
called to teaching, like, you don't teach. That's all.
All right. Well, she's taking teacher training. She is my Accelerant friend. She's the regional vice president of the.
Now you know.
I got it right though, didn't
Yeah,
I?
regional vice president.
There's another part of that. Your title? No, that's just
No,
it?
that's just for Accelerant. Just throw
Business
the name.
partnerships and not networking at all. Accelerent, Accelerent.
Yay!
Accelerent. Find her, or you can find me. And for business people, make your pitch on behalf of you and Rob, and on behalf of Bill Cole and everybody I know. If you own or are a part or an influencer, even procurement or marketing with any local business, and you want to meet other local businesses, advertise on WNST and Baltimore Positive, and then call Cate Paris and Rob LeGrand. No, it's not really what you do, because it really is kind of a neat thing. Don't be offended, but I would almost call it a little bit, you do sort of a speed dating that leads to a longer date with business owners, that you put like 12 people that are business owners that may or may not know each other into executive luncheon, and I've been invited to these, where you walk out and you now like know 10 other people that own businesses in the community. And when you're a member over the course of the year, you won't just know 10, you'll know 10 times 10 times 10. And I think that's the idea. People say to me, how do you have so many people on LinkedIn? Well, I was an Accelerant partner in 2008, 9, 10, 11. I'm not a partner, but they invite me and they're still nice to me, even the ones that don't do yoga. And I still know people that are in and out of Accelerant and other organizations like yours. It's the glue that holds this thing together below politics and philanthropy. And by the way, I got Mr. Westcott here is running for councilman, so I got politics, business, community, crab cakes, but it is that layer below it of how businesses on this block, the pantry over here in Arbutus and Sorrento's and the dry cleaner over here, that knowing each other is all part of that. And I think it's easier in the era of social media to know each other. It's harder to get in a room together. And I think Accelerant melds that in the best of all worlds, I think, on behalf of your organization.
No, I love it. Yeah. And I mean, to the speed dating, speed networking kind of sense of things, throughout the year, I mean, every single month, I'm running 12 different meetings with any variety of Accelerant partner companies, either at the executive decision-making level or maybe their business development team. And each structured, facilitated environment is designed to help them educate the other people in the room about what they do, what differentiates them from their competitors, what is their ideal client, what does that look like, what are signs that you could see in one of your customers or a friend that indicates that they could use your services. So they educate one another in just different ways. It's like if you went to the gym, you wouldn't just do legs whenever you go to the gym. You'd want to also work your arms. You'd want to do core. You'd want to do all of these different exercises. That's what the meetings are like. They each are a different way of educating and building trust with your other Accelerant partners so that they feel comfortable and trusting of you to make that introduction to their longtime client, to their friend, and know that you're going to take care of your person. So you access each other's networks and build that trust.
You read Good to Great?
No, I have not yet, which is shocking to me
really,
because it's on my list.
Yeah, have you read The Tipping Point?
Yes.
Okay, so The Tipping Point has the Paul Revere concept, right? Where Paul Revere saved America 250 years ago, before we put cage fights and people in rings beating the hell out of each other. His whole jam with the Midnight Ride was he was, I believe, a blacksmith or a locksmith. He knew people in every town. And therefore, when he went through and said, the British are coming, he wasn't just some yabo on a horse yelling it with a light. He was a trusted person in every town because people knew of him. He was a traveling locksmith, blacksmith. You can look it up. Malcolm Gladwell will be happy to teach you about this. But part of that is picking people up. And I've always taken that with me over the last 20 years since I read that book and I read The Tipping Point. It just read those, Good to Great, those business. Even Jack Welch's book, even though he supported Trump, it was a decent book about how to expand your network, right?
Yeah.
For me, that part of like Bill Cole. Bill Cole was one of the first people I met in Accelerant 18 years ago. He's been a sponsor of mine for 20 years. We travel together. We're friends. He'll be here a little later. I'm in his hometown of Arbutus here at Sorrento having a crab cake. That's a great example of he and I. And he was an intern at my radio station when he was a kid. I didn't even know that.
I
with
love
Bob
that.
Haney. Yeah, true. Ask him about it. He'll tell you about Sunday mornings with Bob Haney and basketball. I'm Bob. I love basketball. Bill was the producer of the show. So Bill and I got to know each other in this way. And look, this is 18 years, and me being his spokesperson or whatever. But when I'm out somewhere and somebody has a business and a roof, I don't just say, here's Bill's card, here's what he does.
Exactly.
I know a little bit about his business because I've been in that environment. In the same way, when somebody dogs on me and Bill says, no, you don't know anything about Nestor. Let me tell you about Nestor. Dundalk. He knows everything about me. I think that is a part of knowing just examples of businesses around town that I've been around every Keith Miller from Strategic Factory and every one of your partners and different people that have been involved in all this, where I can almost tell their elevator pitch because it's been told to me so many times that I know what they do.
Yeah.
Like Sorrento's does crab cakes, pizza, and cheesesteaks. You know, Bill Cole does roofing and solar and energy, and you learn these little buzz things about people, but you got to get in a room with people to know what their goals are, and I think that's what the Accelerant.
Exactly.
You know 100 different Cole roofings and what they're trying to do this year and who the people are, and then putting those people together becomes essential, I think, in a community like Baltimore, right?
Totally agree. Nailed
Did
it.
I do a good job with the
You did
Accelerant
a
thing?
great job.
Are you patronizing me?
No, I'm proud of you.
She's such a mother. Cate Paris is here. Cate with a C. She is Cate Does Yoga. You can find her at Accelerant. You can find Rob McGrain at Accelerant. When's your next Accelerant breakfast that I'm going to crash?
September. I will be
Who's
seeing you
speaking?
in September. I don't know, somewhere.
You guys have great speakers.
I mean, I
really
almost
do.
don't even have to know who is speaking to just already guarantee it's going to be an amazing speech.
Brian Billick spoke at Accelerant about 15 years ago
correct.
on my behalf and our behalf at NST. And his philosophy on all of those rah-rah speeches, elevator speeches, keynote. I'm a keynote giver. Maybe one day I'll do something good enough to make me a keynote speaker. I've got the speech all written. I just got to do something.
You're already
I just
ready
got
to
do
go.
something with my life that's worthy of it. Like
Is
run
this-
for office
Is
or
this
something.
after all the scandal and you become a yoga teacher and then you'll be a keynote speaker? Or is this pre-scandal?
Can we save the scandal to the end?
Sure. You can
already
make the
too
scandal
late.
happen whenever you want.
Scandal started December 13th, 1991. This day this was founded.
Oh.
I've been in Scandal ever since, so it's fine. God, you got me off my train of thought. See, you just riffed me off my improv.
Look at that. Woo! Do I win a prize? Do I get a crab cake or the rest of the fries since you only had one fry?
I was going to say something really nice about you, but
Oh,
I don't
I'm
remember
sorry.
what it was, but you
ruined
stopped
it.
me.
No, say
Now I
something
can't
nice. You
remember
can
what
say
I was gonna
anything nice
say.
about me. I love compliments. Just anything.
I was telling you the Brian Billick story.
Yeah, you were.
The true story is he said to me that every one of those speeches, if you go and they speak for 40 minutes and you remember one thing that you take the rest of your life, one little nugget,
Yep.
then it's a great speech.
Totally agree.
And I always take a nugget from the Accelerant speeches. And if more than that, I take great food and new relationships and business cards I take home that I should be inputting more, I should be acting on more, and I have not maximized my Accelerant
Yeah, it's
adjunct
one of the
relationship.
benefits of working for Accelerant is that anytime I meet anyone at an Accelerant event and they're like, oh, let me give you my card, I'm like, I don't need it. I can find your information. Because I have it all at my
I
fingertips.
have them all in a little Royal Farms box. I'm embarrassed. We're here at Sorrento of Arbutus. I had a delicious crab cake. I had a really delicious Greek salad with some chicken. They're Greek here, so they're going to bring me desserts and more desserts and more desserts. They brought me pizza I didn't want, but I ate, and it was delicious. They're going to bring me cream of crab soup. And I'm going to bring you N. Westcott. He is running for councilman here in District 1, or excuse me, we have 9 districts now. So there used to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is in Dundalk, all the way around the Beltway this way, 1 through 9. And Catonsville, Arbutus, Lansdowne, Halethorpe, Paradise. It's all over here on this side of town. We're back for more from Sorrento. And the aforementioned Bill Cole is going to come. Is he going to say nice things about Accelerant, do you think, Bill Cole?
Well, I mean, if I slip him a check before he makes his way in here, I can bribe some.
What is
nice
he going to
things
say
out of him.
about Accelerant that's going to make you cry?
Is it going to make me cry like tears of happiness?
Yes. What's he going to say? Great organization, great local people. Rob's a great guy. Cate does a nice job. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to say Cate does a great job, a phenomenal job, but he'll also, with tears in his eyes.
We got you on the show today.
Right? That's true. That's true.
This is the Accelerent relationship with Bill Cole benefiting you.
It's true.
I would follow you on Instagram, but I don't need to because you just show up.
Wait, are you not following me on Instagram?
I don't know, but you keep showing up.
Well, I think you follow me.
Cate with a C.
If you need to do that right now.
If I just reload
Nestor.
right now, you're going to pop up within the first 3.
Well,
yeah, I know you are.
You need to follow me.
There you are in the woods.
That's me in the woods.
Save and try this chair pose, extended side angle variation. Cate, get that. Cate does yoga.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
Cate does yoga. That's totally fine.
All right. I'm not even perimenopausal, postmenopausal. What is it called?
Perimenopausal is the beginning, and menopause is once it's happened.
What happens after your wife has menopause? That's wherever I am. Where is that?
The glory land? I don't know. I mean, things get better
Some
after
would
that.
call it the gates of hell, but I'm not. That's
No,
further
that's
than the beginning.
during.
That's
It's
during. Okay,
during
I'm just
all
checking.
of
I'm just
that.
checking. I don't know. I'm not a girl. I'll never be a girl.
I mean,
but,
if you've survived those 2 stages, I mean, you're unstoppable.
I've survived another segment with Cate Paris of Cate Does Yoga and Accelerant. We're back for more. It's Maryland Crab Cake Tour. It's all. Oh, by the way, before I let you go, which ticket's yours? Or do you want crabs and crustaceans from the Maryland Lottery Treasures? Do you want Boardwalk? Hint, 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 Mako. Do you want the Bay Bridge? Hint, 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 going to the beach. Or do you want Acetique ponies? Which one? You want the? You want the damn?
I
you,
do.
took
I do
one
want
look
the
at you
ponies.
and you're not going to the. No Fisher's popcorn for you. And no Thrasher's French fries for you. I'll get you some crinkle cuts. We're at Sorrento of Arbutus. Stay with us. It's the Maryland Crab Cake Tour. We are Baltimore positive.